Okay, now we're going to start on Scatterplots. This is chapter 9, and we're going to talk about the relationship and between the scatterplots. And so I'm going to quickly go through the notes here. So a scatterplot shows the relationship between a bivariant data graph as ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. So if you have a set of data graph like this, it is a positive relationship because the dots are going up. If the dots are in a coordinate graph are going down, you have a negative relationship down. And if the dots are just all over the place, and if you connect the outside dots, you end up with like a circle. So therefore, there's no relationship or zero relationship with those type of dots. Then I'm going to move down to linear, nonlinear, quadratic, clusters, and outliers. So a linear graph means in a straight line, as you can see, line. Nonlinear means this is arced. It's like an arc. Okay, so that's nonlinear, and it is actually, in this case, it's quadratic in nature, or what's called a parabola. Okay, that's a parabola right there. Parabolas either open up or down, but this is an arc or a quadratic type equation. Outlier. So if you have a bunch of points here and you have one sitting way out here, that's called an outlier. If you have a bunch of points all clustered, that's called a cluster. All right, so now we want to talk about the line of best fit. So if we have a bunch of points, we want to draw a straight line through the points. We want half the points to try to be above a line, half the points to be below the line, some points may be on the line. So in this case, if we have these points, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 above, 4 below, and we have 2 right on the line. So this would be a good line of best fit for this data. That's one of the things. Now I'm going to move over to analyzing graphs. So here we go. So if we can, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. Come on here. Okay, there you go. So we want to interpret the scatter plot given. So we have a scatter plot of the data from the amount of memory in an MP3 player. Remember MP3s? And the cost based on the shape of the distribution. So here is the memory in gigabytes and the cost. Okay? So consider the different associations and patterns. A variable relationship means as the amount of memory increases, the cost increases. Therefore, the scatter plot shows a positive relationship. Isn't great positive, but it's positive. Therefore, a linear association, the data appear to lie close to a line. So it's called linear association. That's what that means. And then other patterns. There appears to be a cluster of data. 1 to 2 gigabytes of memory cost between $30 and $75. So here's like a cluster right here. Okay? There does not appear to be an outlier. There's no point that's like way over here somewhere. Whoops. There's no point to be way over here. That would be an outlier. They pretty much all go on this line. All right, let's do a couple examples down here. So here's your first example. Let's see if I can get it all in. Maybe not. I'm going to back out a little bit. Okay, that helps. Come on, get clear. All right, that's clear. All right, so we want to interpret this scatter plot. So of the data where time elapses and temperature increases or decreases. So as the time increases, the temperature goes down, okay, decreases. So that's what we'd write. If we wanted to analyze this graph, we'd write, as the time increases, the temperature of the water decreases. The scatter plot shows a negative association because the line's going down, and the data appear to lie close to a line, so it does have a linear association. There's no clusters or outliers. There's not a point way out here, and there's not a bunch of points together. Okay? Whereas this example here, let's talk about this one. See if I can get it zoomed in and then get it clear. There we go. I'm not sure if that's that clear, but there we go. All right, so you can see this data set of data points. I actually could not figure out whether it was a line up or down, going up or going down. So if I connect the outside points, I make a circle, which means there does not appear to be any association at the point as the points make a circle. So as the days go up, the number of pints sold doesn't have any relationship. Okay, so what you're talking about is interpret the scatter plot of the data for 2 weeks in May and the amount of ice cream sold at the shop based on the shape of the distribution. So it didn't really matter here what day it was. We wouldn't sold any more pints or any less pints, and just there's no association in the number of days compared to the pints sold. So there's no clusters. I don't see any clusters together, and I don't see any outliers way out here. So that's how you would analyze this data, and that's how you're going to do your homework. All right, good luck.